So respecting the Prophet Muhammad. I know a lot of people who are learned scholars, they're not even Mohammedans now, they're Islam. There's a difference. The reason that's why they're categorized differently. So here's the thing. People say, anyone that disrespects the Prophet, we don't like them. Well, here's the thing. Every leader of the caliphate after the Prophet disrespected them. Why did they disrespect him? Because he specifically instructed them not to go to war with one another, first of all. The first thing they done when he died is disrespect him and go to war. The second thing they done is change the words, the message that he was given. I can't say for sure what happened then. I'm sure the learned scholars of Islam that I know from Speaker's Corner, they'll obviously know a lot more. But here's the thing. The caliphate, the third caliphate or the third caliph, he was the one, Muqmar or something like that, I can't remember his name. He was the one that wrote the Quran. He disrespected the Prophet by changing what he said and throwing away loads of the teachings. The message was lost 240 years later because of politics and warfare. Everyone had their own agenda. Politics and warfare, dirty tricks campaigns, all of them have that. The art of war, all warfare is based upon deception. So by the point that the Quran was being used as a political tool or a conquester's tool, it was warfare, and world warfare is based on deception. So somewhere in there, in that new political message, where the original message was lost altogether, there was deception. The art of war is all warfare is based on deception, and by then the book was being used as a tool in a war where people were becoming extremely wealthy and conquering loads of countries, but they had to change the message. They did change the message. The message was, do not go to war with anyone of the book. Do not kill people of the book, and do not change the words of the Prophet and disrespect them, and do not go to war with one another. That was part of the message. That message is totally lost now. It's gone. They're lashing one another out. There's all different sects of Muslims. So here's how it works. Before they became monotheist in their assertions, the Arabs, they were heathen swine. End of story. They were gone astray. They were a bunch of heathens. So here's what the Lord does. The Lord has a system to take back his remnant. You probably won't know this in Islam, so I'm educating you now. He has a system to bring back his remnant from the darkness into the marvelous light. And that he uses Gabriel to bring the message first. He done exactly the same with the Sikhs. The Sikhs were heathen swine, and now they're of the faith. They're several generations in. They're the imputed iniquity of the fathers. The Lord has separated them for himself. If you read them, the Lord is going to take his remnant out from amongst the heathens. So when you look at the Sikhs, they're after having a message from Gabriel. When you look at the Babylonians under Nebuchadnezzar or something like that, the message was given to them and they became Hebrew before Jesus came. And he used, the Most High used, I forget his name. The Most High used a message. But it took 21 days for Michael to fight his way through. Michael the Archangel brings the second part of the message. The first part is delivered by Gabriel. The second part is enforced by Michael. Michael's the enforcer. He enforces the Lord's will. You get a message, then you get an enforcer. That's usually the way it works. So the Sikhs have to receive the next part of the message of the faith, because the Lord brought them out. They're out now, away from the heathen. The Islam were brought out, although the rescuing of the Islamics or of the Arabs was a much more bloody and messy thing than the Sikhs. Although the Sikhs did suffer terrible tortures and terrible things when the Lord was bringing them out, but that's the way of the world. So basically, Islam and the Sikhs and everyone, because Michael the Prince is going to stand for the children. That's what it says in the book of Daniel. And here's the thing, here's another thing. You can't disregard anything that was said before the coming of any prophet, because the only reason the Most High sends a second prophet is because the people who are of the world, they change the furniture, they change the way everything looks, and they change the way everybody speaks. So the original message of the prophet beforehand was lost to the ravages of time being the father time, the ravages of time. That's why, because he ravages the truth. He's constantly attacking it. The truth to set you free. He wants to keep you a slave. So the second part of the message gets brought by Michael, who's the enforcer. We all know this. So the actual message, first part was given by Gabriel, second part by Michael, on behalf of the faith, on behalf of Jesus. The Lord has a system. You're being taught that Islam is this and Islam is that. The message that Muhammad gave basically is, here's a message from me, and then he's gone on his way, he's dead. And the rest of it is going to be given by Jesus. And he obviously, if Gabriel gives the first part of a message, if you have any biblical knowledge, which you should have, because if you have to be of the book to have biblical knowledge, the truth sets you free. If you just accept any shit and think that religions are bad, all religions are bad. Religions are the creations of man. They're not the word of God mostly. They have the word of God in it, but they've been perverted. Religions are creations of man. And a shining example of this, sticks out like a sore thumb, is the writing of the Quran. It was created by a man. He never met an angel. He never met Muhammad the Prophet. He was in the middle of a conflict, hostile takeover bids, war with Christianity, war with heathen tribes. This was warfare. This was man's work, creations of man. So the first part of the message was given to the Sikhs, got a message from Gabriel. The Muslims got a message from Gabriel. Now here's the thing. Jesus Christ is mentioned in the Quran. But he was mentioned much more affectionately by the Prophet Muhammad than he has been by any Mohammedan or Islamic after the Prophet Muhammad. Don't disrespect anyone. But if you say you're a Mohammedan, you have to disregard every word that the people after Muhammad came, because the first thing they done was disrespect them. They went to war with one another. That's the creation of a religion, a religion. They went into the legions. Religion is a religion, a Roman legion. So the Mohammedans, and they went around, slaughtered loads of Christians, burnt loads of books, everything. Constantly throughout time, religions coming up have burnt the truth of the past to create the narrative of the now, and to perceived to hold on to power in the future. They're plotting ahead. They don't want to lose power. So they create religions, and everyone's in a religion. If you think you're not in a religion, if you think you're not in a legion, remember the Most High wants a personal relationship with you. If you think you're not in a legion, ask yourself this question. Do you stand in straight lines with a load of other people beside you every day and pray in front of everybody? You're not supposed to pray in front of everybody. You're meant to have a personal relationship with the Most High. You're not supposed to be in a church, which is a circus. You're not supposed to be in these places. You know, there's something called the unveiling. That means the Most High is going to release the truth of everything. Or to be talking to Christians, or to be talking to Jehovah's Witnesses, and they are in a religion, and they said, we're not going to bother with anything that's not in the Bible. Everything that's in the Bible we already have. You can pick it up and read it. So why is the Lord unveiling all the truth to us? What are we going to do? Just ignore it because it's not in the Bible? Why would the Lord bother then? So basically you have Michael the Archangel who's going to stand with the children. You're getting a visit from another angel. This angel is a different kettle of fish than Gabriel. Gabriel's a messenger, Michael's an enforcer. And Jesus sends him. That's the way it goes. That's the way it's always went. Recognise the Lord and his workings and how his system works when he's taking back his children from Satan. And it's all based upon the truth. And you have to have a circumcised foreskin in your heart. You have to be able to speak. So the rising of the kings, the rising of the Gentiles. Here's a bit of truth. Mohammedans, Islams, blessed is the finder of lost sheep. A sheep is a lamb. Make of that what you will. Mohammedans, Islams, and Jews are not Gentiles. The Most High says the rising of the Gentiles. He will make even the Jews jealous.